got there?
Uh,
What do you got there?
Just seeing what you're up to.
Girl, what are you on my phone for?
Just checking your messages.
That's my phone.
Well, okay. Is there something that I can't see?
Why are you looking at my phone?
Why don't you want me looking at your phone? I'm just...
Girl, it's my phone. It's my privacy.
Your privacy?
My privacy. You just going to go into a man's phone like that?
Does my man have something to hide?
No.
He better not. I just like to see what you're up to every once in a while, just seeing if I missed anything, getting to know a little bit about your life, your day. That's all. That shouldn't be a problem, should it?
You are the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Well, this is a topic of conversation.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, should a spouse have secrets from one another?
This spouse doesn't.
This spouse doesn't. That was a joke, what we just saw.
It was a joke.
Because you have access to everything.
And he has access to my phone also.
Yeah, I probably have less access to your phone. Because there's times where I'm like, oh, what do you got going on? And you're like, makes me wonder if you got some secrets from me, actually.
No, because what Eric does is he likes to comment on my lifestyle on my phone.
Pray tell.
Okay, for example, if I'm on the Facebook Marketplace, he's like, why are you always on the Facebook Marketplace?
So that's what you're hiding from me. Okay. That's
I'm not hiding it.
I mean,
because
you're not showing
you know that I'm on the Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
Okay. Or sometimes it's like, okay, I know I was just talking to a particular group of friends of mine, and it's nothing that I'm hiding, but I'm also like, they wouldn't want you to read that because it's more private to them.
Okay.
So I'm trying to protect them.
Fair enough.
Right?
Fair enough.
So
I have a question.
Yes.
If somebody comes to you and says, hey, I got to share something with you, but don't tell Eric, what do you say?
Listen.
Yeah.
This is controversial because most married couples will be like, when people tell me not to tell somebody, that does not include my significant other.
Wait, say that one more time.
If someone comes to me and says, hey, I have something to tell you, and I don't want you to tell anyone, for most people, they know that that person is just going to go back and tell their significant other.
Right.
Everyone does not mean you can't tell your significant other.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Because they're excluded.
Because they're
excluded from everyone.
Yes. But it's
assumed that you're going to be telling
that I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. Because we're one person.
Except I will tell you something that I don't want to hurt your feelings. So let's hold hands. So
you got
if
secrets?
people tell me, don't tell Eric.
Yeah.
I won't tell you.
So you got secrets.
Here's the thing. I can't even remember the secrets if I do have them.
Oh my word.
But I will tell you, when someone says don't tell someone, don't tell anyone, because I haven't shared this with anyone, they will almost always say, of course you can share with Eric.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? But sometimes if they're like, please don't tell Eric.
Yeah.
I honor that.
So why do you think, because, I mean, you share with me that it's kind of controversial whether or not spouses have each other's passwords on their phone or things like that. Why do you think it's so important that we share passwords? We share our bank account. You don't have a private bank account, do you?
Just kidding.
Does it have money in it?
It won't have any money in it because the Facebook Marketplace.
So why do you think it's so important that we do share those things? Like if I came to you and was like, hey, I want to have my own, I don't want you looking at my phone anymore.
Ooh.
Why would you have an issue?
Oh, that would be an issue for me
Mm-hmm.
because I would think you're hiding something. Because I would think you're hiding something or you're looking at something that I personally wouldn't like you to be looking at.
Right.
I know a lot of couples, from Instagram things or mommy Facebook forums, that there's a lot of husbands who do not want their wives having access to their phones, whether it's because they're on OnlyFans or they
What?
are looking at porn or they're on some dating sites.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So
Well, yeah. If that was happening, I guess
they're having an
it'd
affair.
be
Yeah.
like, hey, you're not gonna be looking at my phone.
Right. So that's not who you are as a person,
Mhm.
but that would be a red flag to me that you don't want me going through your phone.
Yeah. That means run.
That means somebody is trying not to get caught.
Yep.
And somebody wants to keep living that private life. You can go through my phone at any time.
Yeah.
I mean, you do. You go
Mhm.
through when you're like, hey, what have you been up to? Because the amount of people I talk to is far significant than the amount of people you talk
I
to.
know. You don't have to make me feel bad
No.
We know.
No.
You're so popular.
No. That's not what I'm saying. But my point is that you like to just know what's going on in my world.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And I will tell you, the friends that they don't care.
Right.
Some of these friends, especially this one group that you know who I'm talking about, you have your group with them now on your phone.
I do.
And you're like, y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
But
That's
now
true.
you have your own group with them. And I think it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if there came a day that I was like, don't go through my phone, I think you should be suspicious of
worried.
me.
Yeah. And I just think for me, it just deals with oneness, right? If we are trying to grow together and become one as husband and wife, then you have to leave all of the old things that are just you behind. And that that will be hard for people. It was hard for me, especially early on in the marriage, because I still wanted to be like, oh, well, even though we're married, I'm still going to go out and have my own friends and have my own time. And that hurt your feelings because you're like, well, we're married. How are you going to keep on going out and having your own time when we're married? And it was a right question. It was the right question because I had the wrong thought process around it, which was when I became married, I still wanted my own separate time from you that you didn't have. And that doesn't mean I never have time away from you.
Okay, can we just I don't want people thinking I'm like a crazy lock them inside kind of woman.
No. But it did identify that I was trying to have I was aiming to have parts of myself that didn't grow one with you.
Sure. And I think that we were young when we got married.
That was helpful.
You went away to college. I stayed home. You built, I'm a homebody. You're not. But I think what I've kind of seen, and we've seen from a lot of our friends, when you build that life outside of your spouse,
Yeah.
that can be dangerous if you and your spouse start to drift.
Yeah.
When the butterflies pause for a while, or maybe for some of us, stops altogether.
Yeah.
When you're wondering, did I make the right mistake?
The right mistake?
Did I make the right mistake? Did I make the
right choice?
Right choice?
Say that again.
Or if you're wondering, did I make the right choice? Or do I seriously want to just have sex with this one person for like the rest of my life? Right? I think when you build this life, this community apart from your significant other, I think that becomes dangerous. And so when you become more private or isolated and protective of a lifestyle, that's a red flag to me.
Big time.
And it's going to be very hard for a relationship to weather that storm if and when it comes, because it will come eventually when you build this private life.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be really hard for that couple to fight to come back together,
Yeah.
because that person has to be willing to break down those barriers to let this other person into every aspect of
Yeah.
their world.
And that would say my second reason would be it would leave a foothold for the devil or temptation to have in your life and in your relationship. Because if you have a private thing that your spouse doesn't know about, there's going to be temptations that arise in there that, I mean, certainly the devil's going to utilize and bring about a wedge, because the last thing he wants is for you to be married.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, think about it. Like the marriage was set up by God. The last thing that the devil would want is for you to be happily married and raising children and following the pattern that God set up for the world. And the more that he can destroy it by introducing things that destroy marriage, he's going to use it. And so if you give things that keep you from becoming one and growing together, if you have things that are keeping you from doing that, you're going to leave an opening.
Yeah.
And it may destroy. It may destroy and rob from you the joy that God has for you in becoming one with your spouse.
Absolutely. You know, I want to circle back to just make sure people hear me say it's okay that you have your own friends, and it's
And I
okay
do.
that you go out with your own friends.
Yes, and I do.
Absolutely. It's okay that you have a phone with a password on it.
And I do.
And you do.
It's my face.
It's your face. I think that we just have to be really careful when we start to guard this private life to protect it from our spouse
Mm-hmm.
or significant other.
Yep.
Because I think for the majority of us, when that happens and when a relationship gets rocky,
Mm-hmm.
we are more tempted to bring in more disruption because it can become more private if we're not talking to the other person,
Yep.
right? And if the distance keeps increasing, then the privacy, it's just a slippery slope.
Yeah.
And don't go down the slope, because it's very hard to climb up a slippery slope.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give the devil a foothold.
No.
That's what I would say.
That's right.
And if you don't believe in God, if you're not spiritual, I would still say, if your significant other cannot hand you his or her phone, or if you cannot pick up his or her phone at any time and just scroll through, like, I don't check your phone. I don't even check your phone, really.
Yeah.
And
But you know you could.
And actually, really, Eric checks my phone because I make plans, especially since going through cancer, or I get appointments from doctors, and I just forget to tell him. And so sometimes he's like, and he's our date keeper, he's like, girl, you didn't tell me we had this going on, right?
Right.
And so I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that you can go through my phone at any point in time, open any app. I have nothing to hide from you.
Yep.
I will protect my friends who have secrets that they don't want someone else knowing.
Mm-hmm.
And you are okay with that. I trust that you are okay with that, because what I'm holding for that person does not impact your life at all.
Right.
And you know that you can trust me.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's no reason for you to even pry. I don't even go and be like, Eric, I'm holding a secret from you about so-and-so. Because why? There's no reason to do that.
Right.
But you also know and trust and believe that if there was something you needed to know, I would tell you. And
That's right.
hope and believe the same about you.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. So,
Okay.
if you find value here, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Is there anything that's off limits with your spouse? Be interested to hear.
Oh, haters are coming for us in the comments.